In the field updates on Market Journal are supported by the Nebraska Corn Board. Let's begin right here and get a check in with the folks from the Nebraska Corn Growers Association on all that's going on with their group. At the show, we're visiting now with Morgan Rick. She's from Nelson, Nebraska, also a member of the Nebraska Corn Growers Association. And out here at the show, you're talking all about ag policy, some of the priority areas for Nebraska Corn Growers Association. One of them continues to be year-round E15. I know California's got some news on that front, but it's still not a national implemented thing. So you're talking with the farmers about that, right?
Yes, we would love for farmers who are at Husker Harvest Days to stop by our booth, stop by our building here at the Commodities Building and sign our petition to get year-round E15. Our Director of Public Policy and some board members will be going to DC here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to be bringing that petition with them to give to the legislatures. So the more signatures we can have on that, the better.
Seems like Nebraska's congressional delegation has been fairly favorable to that idea. The issue's not necessarily with our delegation, right?
Yes, correct. Our delegation has been really great about trying to get E15 year-round, but we really need the rest of our congressional representatives to get on that bus.
Let's talk about some other things outside of E15 that the Nebraska Corn Growers Association is keeping an eye on. What else is on that list?
Of course, trade. Trade is a big issue right now with the tariffs and all of those things going on. You know, corn farmers want to be able to sell their corn on the market. We want to have free, open trade, so that's what we're hoping for.
And trade always in the news, it seems like, right now. Let's get an update on crops in your area, Nelson, Nebraska. How are things looking?
You know, they're looking okay. Our crops were lucky. We got spared from the big storm that happened here a couple of weeks ago. Some of our neighbors weren't as lucky. We're still probably a week and a half to 2 weeks out from harvest. Corn's about 35% moisture right now, so still have some drying down to do. But guys are just sitting and waiting, so we'll see what happens.
Any particular diseases that the fields have had this year?
We've had some corn rust out there, but we just had a lot of wind damage. Not so much hail in our area, but a lot of wind.
What have you seen out here at Husker Harvest Days that's caught your eye that you like?
Well, we've been looking at some grain bins, looking at some equipment, seeing what they've got out there. You know, prices are high and commodity prices are low, so we'll see what we can get done. Inputs. That's the challenge right now. Anything that the Nebraska Corn Growers Association or the National Corn Growers Association, frankly, could do to address that? So, of course, we talked about trade. Year-round E15 would be a really great help for our corn crop. And also livestock development. You know, working with our partners at AFAN, the Alliance for Future of Ag in Nebraska, to get more livestock production here in the state of Nebraska so that we can take the corn and the soybeans that we're raising here straight to another farm in Nebraska and it doesn't have to leave the state.